joining us. I know there's a lot of IPL action happening, but let's not forget that there is the all-important World Test Championship final also that's coming up. Happens to be on the 7th of June, 7 to 11. That's the window that's been earmarked for the World Test Championship final, and we're here to talk about a couple of updates that that we're getting as far as India's preparation for the World Test Championship is concerned. There is a surprise entry as well when it comes to India's preparation for the World Test Championship, because let's not forget that there's been a few more than a few injuries, let's say, that the team in blue have been sort of saddled with, and as a result of that, we're now looking at other options that Team India can explore as far as their preparation for the World Test Championship final is concerned. They'll be up against Australia, and the match will be played at Oval. Now, as far as India's preparation for the World Test Championship is concerned, two big updates. Let me first talk about what's happening more imminently, and what's happening is that tomorrow, reports are suggesting there is going to be a key meeting at the NCA in Bangalore, that's going to take place. Rahul Dravid, the Indian head coach, along with all his coaching staff as well. So there will be Paras Mahamre, the bowling coach. There will be T Dilip as well, who is the fielding coach, and also the batting coach will also be in presence. So the entire team India think tank, one can say, is going to be in Bangalore, and they're going to be meeting the NCA head, which is VVS Lakshman, as you very well know. So what's expected tomorrow is that there'll be a lot of attention that'll be given to workload management for certain players, and certainly those players, if you're looking at a pool of about 15 players, and even those net bowlers as well, as far as India's preparation is concerned. So you're talking about the likes of Navdeep Saini, who's been a regular, let's say, when it comes to bowling in the nets, and Avesh Khan as well. So you're talking about a pool of about 15, 16 players, and these names are going to be coming up tomorrow in that discussion that takes place between the NCA head, VVS Lakshman, Rahul Dravid, and his entire coaching staff. Now, what is expected is that the key discussion, or let's say at the heart of all the discussion, will be the workload management, because that's been something that's been scrutinized quite a lot. Yes, most of these players are going to be busy with the IPL, and that is exactly what sort of makes the job a little tricky for the concerned stakeholders. They will now be meeting tomorrow to draw up a strategy as far as India's preparation for the World Test Championship final is concerned. Yes, most of the players will be busy till about the 20th, 21st of May, and only those who will be then busy with the business end of the IPL, depending on whose franchise goes on till what stage in the IPL. You're expected to have a certain number of players available. Now the BCCI is going to be planning its way forward. The Indian think tank, and that's Rahul Dravid, T Dilip, Paras Bhamre, Ajay Rathore, all of these guys along with VVS Lakshman are now looking ahead as far as India's plans and preparation for the World Test Championship final is concerned. Now, some hard questions could be asked from the sports science director, Nitin Menon, beg your pardon, the sports science director. He is probably going to be asked a few difficult questions as to why have we been seeing these recurring injuries. You could also be asking few questions. Rahul Dravid could probably have a few questions, because VVS Lakshman, remember, is the NCA head. So there could be a few questions that Rahul Dravid, let's say, has for VVS Lakshman as to why are these recurring injuries taking place. And as a result of that, now you see there is no Shreyas Iyer, and the next, there is no Prasidh Krishna as well at the moment. Speaking of, injuries, there is no Deepak Chahar for a while now. There is no Jasprit Bumrah. So as a coach, Rahul Dravid has really had a hard time, and maybe these some of these questions could be asked, let's say, to VVS Lakshman. Now, having said that, VVS Lakshman is not the guy, let's say, who's responsible. Yes, he is heading the NCA, but there is a rehab module as well, but that's not entirely under his jurisdiction, or he's not, let's say, keeping a very close eye on the rehabilitation unit that's there. That is not under his KRA, one can say. Yes, VVS Lakshman is responsible, let's say, spotting talent, that, and that's players who make it to India A, and he's responsible for scouting as well, as far as the future of Indian cricket is concerned. But as far as rehabilitation is concerned, that doesn't entirely fall under his responsibility. It doesn't quite come in his realm, one can say. But having said that, you're expected to see a long conversation take place tomorrow in Bangalore. For those of you joining us right now, what I can tell you at the moment is that there are reports suggesting that there is a key meeting happening between Rahul Dravid, the Indian head coach. He is going to be accompanied by the batting, bowling, and fielding coach as well, and they're going to be meeting VVS Lakshman, who is the head of the NCA. So that is one bit, and workload management, we're being told, is going to be at the center of it all, is going to be at the heart of the discussion. Most players being busy with IPL right now. But when we are talking about IPL players being busy, let me now tell you the second update that I have for you when we talk about India's preparation for the World Test Championship. Now, as I said earlier as well, there is a surprise entry, there is a surprise name that's come up again, just being suggested by reports at the moment. But given what we saw the other day, well, one will be tempted to be talking about Ajinkya Rahane, and that's exactly what we're getting to know right now, that Ajinkya Rahane is in some manner in contention for the World Test Championship final. Yes, he's been away from cricket for a while now. It was back in South Africa in the year 2022 that he last played a test match for India. He's been on the sidelines, so much so that he doesn't even have a central contract at the moment with the BCCI. But that one knock that he played, well, those 61 runs coming in just 27 deliveries, that's completely changed things for him, it seems, because his name is also likely to be discussed tomorrow, is what we are being told. Remember, he did have a very decent season as far as his domestic season is concerned. Scored about 600 runs over there. His highest score, if I'm not wrong, was about 191, and he also scored a couple of centuries as well. So, talking about how his season went and this superb knock that we saw from him the other day, well, that does seem to have, at least for now, done enough to create some sort of a buzz in the in as far as the team management and the think tank is concerned, and maybe they could be talking about him tomorrow as well, and his name is in contention now, is what we are learning. Yes, you could argue that you're talking about two different formats, but having said that, there is his pedigree, that's number one. Two, the fact that he comes in with this experience of playing in foreign conditions. Let's not forget that he's got centuries almost everywhere that he's traveled, and also is the fact that he's had a good domestic season, so that really helps him. And the fact that he played that beautiful innings the other day, that also helps his cause a lot. Just about 5,000 runs that he has in test cricket, so all of that put together really makes for a good reading. Yes, he wasn't in the pecking order for a while now, but things can change fast in the world of cricket, and you're talking about the World Championship final. You did and now that it's certain that Shreyas Iyer will not be there because he's going to be going for that surgery, so you are looking at other alternatives. Yes, you could argue and you might say that well, you've been giving Surya Kumar Yadav all those chances, but it turns out that Surya Kumar Yadav hasn't really made hasn't really cashed in on those chances, and maybe that's why you're now looking at other players as well. That's not to say that Surya Kumar Yadav isn't in contention anymore. He does continue to be a very pivotal part of the team management's vision going forward. But for now, it does appear that Ajinkya Rahane may well be that person who could be coming back into the side for this all-important World Test Championship final. Remember, it was India's team selection which had come under a lot of scrutiny as far as the World Test Championship final for the year 2021 is concerned, when you lost to New Zealand. So you're looking at not just making amends for what had happened in 2021, but you're also looking at landing the first piece of silverware as far as the Indian team is concerned since that Champions Trophy victory that happened all the way back in 2013. So not much has gone India's way, which is why you're now looking at doing the best possible that you can to ensure that you're able to get the World Test Championship home, and which is why the preparation has already begun. And now you see two big updates coming in from the BCCI. One, of course, that there is going to be a conversation that's going to be taking place between VVS Lakshman, who is the head of the NCA, and Rahul Dravid, talking about workload management for players going forward. And second of all, Ajinkya Rahane. Well, will he eventually make it to the 11 or not? We will have to wait and see. But for now, he's done enough to be creating a buzz. We hope you like this update. And as always, do tune in to Sports Day for all the breaking news and updates that we have for you. Do like, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell icon so that you know every time we go live.